Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mundane Matt, and gambling is a very interesting addiction to have, right? It's definitely an interesting thing to partake in because it's so full of highs and so full of lows, and the adrenaline spikes and the dopamine spikes, but then you will crash hard like a motherfucker, and in an attempt to win your money back, you might do some dumb shit. And we hear those kind of stories all the time. But have you ever heard a story about a person losing a jackpot because they may have inserted the money, but they're not the ones who hit the button or pulled the lever? That's precisely what happened in Florida, where a man lost a $100,000 jackpot because his friend hit the slot machine button. I shit you not. This story, I used to work at a casino, right? I was security guard there for a while. I've guarded people who've won jackpots. I know my ass guarding people who win lots of money doesn't make any sense to me either, but it happened. And this thing both makes me laugh and breaks my heart at the same fucking time. So at the Seminole Hard Rock Casino in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the jackpot belongs to whoever activates the slot machine. Jan Flato would have liked to have known that. He told the news that he was gambling at Marina Navarro's side when he let her hit the button for good luck. That's when they hit the jackpot. A $50 risk became a $100,000 prize. First and foremost. $50 to fucking pop at the goddamn slot machine. That shit will pay out. Just letting you guys know. People don't realize this shit too. It's like the more money you bet, the better your odds are of actually winning a higher prize. It's like what they do is they wait for people to play it easy, putting like, a nickel here, a quarter here, a dollar here. But when I used to work at the casino, there was a dude who'd come in nightly. And he would go to the high roller section, the high roller slot machines, and usually walk away with about $4,000 on average a night. That would be his winnings. I don't know how much he would spend, but he was there pretty much every night and always doing max bet and didn't give a shit. And so, yeah, like I've seen it happen. So this $50 bet turning into $100,000 is not as crazy as it seems. The biggest winner when I was working at the casino was a woman who won $298,353 and like 50 cents or something on a 75-cent bet. So that's a way better deal than this guy. But still, $100,000 off $50, that's fucking great. But it wasn't Flato's money, technically. Casino managers told him that the money belonged to Navarro since she activated the slot machine. And that's the fucking policy. And that is just such a slap in the tits, right? That is just, oh God. I would be so fucking mad if that happened to me. I would be so fucking mad. Like, wait, no, that was my $50 fucking dollars. This not no. You get start repeating no like you're in a Shia LaBeouf movie. But Hard Rock spokesperson said the person who pushes the slot machine button or pulls the arm is the person who wins the jackpot. And instead of giving him the money, Navarro took it and allegedly had armed security keep an eye on Flato as she left the building. Oh, that is not okay. Look, listen. First and foremost, I'm just gonna say it. That's a cunt move. It is a gigantic cunt move. But also, that's fucking hardcore, right? You get told you won $100,000 for literally pushing a button and not even with your own money on the fucking line. And the person next to you is furious. And this is Florida where people get killed and disappear all the fucking time. And then you have armed security watch him while you get ready you fill out all the tax documentation and go from there. Yeah. Oh my God. Because keep in mind, like the security guard would have been like, that's what I did. I was protecting the person who won the money, right? I wasn't armed. I didn't have a mace or nothing, but like, this is Florida. Everyone has guns. So the man says, I said, Marina, what are you doing? And she gets up and walks out. Flato said Navarro later texted him asking him if he was still mad at her. Yeah. Fuck yeah. But Navarro does say, though, that for her part, says Flato is the one who acted out when he learned the money wasn't technically his. She says Jan all of a sudden went ballistic. He started screaming in front of everybody. She claims that he later offered to share the money, but changed her mind after he allegedly sent her sinister texts, including having me as an enemy is not good, and we'll see who made the big mistake. It won't be me. And then she responded, is that a threat? In which case, then the friendship was pretty much fucking over. Oh my God. Yeah, you don't like, look, I get it. Okay. I totally fucking get it. Jan feels wrong. He feels 100% bent over, butt fucked without lube wronged. All right, like prison rape wrong. I get it. But man, you gotta let your tempers subside. You can't make those comments and shit when you're angry. It's only gonna bite you in the ass, because it probably would have worked out in his favor. She probably would have fucking given him half the money, right? Probably half the money after taxes were taken out. So you figure they would have done the calculations, figured out how much money you have to pay in taxes, and then give him half of that or something, because they're friends. And I'm pretty sure, like, okay, if it was me and I did that with a friend, I would give him half the fucking money, because that's the kind of person I am. Now, if the other person was a dick friend, I probably have no legal recourse because of policy, and it's something I would just have to fucking live with. But the problem with it is, though, is like, you can't act out in anger. And Jan straight fucked up. We fucked up by sending those texts, because if anything happens to her now, right? If anything happens to Marina, then it can be used against him. It can be used against him in a court of law. Oh, he sent sinister texts before. Here's all these articles also where the reporters have seen the text messages, and they can confirm that. So at this point, like, he screwed himself if he ever tried to, like, take her out and make it look like a fucking accident. And I'm not advocating for that at all. I'm really pointing out, like, clearly this guy's acting out of anger. Should have waited a couple of days. Now, hopefully, because I like to look at the bright side of things as much as humanly possible, hopefully this dude will end up getting something, right? Because I if anything is $50 back, then it's no harm, no foul. But, at the same time, I get his anger, I get his rage, I get his frustration, and I'm kind of laughing at it. But I'm laughing not at this dude's misfortune, because I'm laughing at it like more like what would happen if it was me in that situation. Like, just, I think we all can put ourselves there to an extent. There's a movie that actually kind of dealt with this. Came out long time ago, starring Craig Burko and Steven Weber, and it's called Sour Grapes. And it's a very similar concept about a friendship. One friend gives the friend 50 cents to put into a slot machine. That friend then wins like 300,000 or something like that. And then, of course, they kind of bicker over the money because it's very similar in nature. So this kind of feels like a live action version of that. That movie didn't really end up going too well for the people involved. So I really hope, life doesn't imitate art. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this? What would you do if you came across, if you had the same situation, if you were Jan in this situation? What would you do? If you were Maria in this situation, what would you do? Would you give half the money? Would you give all the money? I mean, like, how would you do it? How would you play it? These are things I'm curious to know, so go ahead and write them down in the comments. My name is, of course, Mundane Matt. If you guys haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, check back often for more content from me. If you want to support the channel, links below in the video description. Anything would really help right now, given YouTube's adpocalypse bullshit. Or just check out my vlog channel, MundaneChats. Check out my movie news channel, 3 Buck Theater, which has almost as much content going out daily as this one does. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.